Hello everyone, and welcome back to a different kind of video for basically a couple of days from now, but I just thought I'd decide to record this video kind of prior to that since I'll most likely be wiped out from work and things like that. So today I want to talk about a company that has been very near and dear to my heart, and it's a game company that I have known the name of basically since I was a little kid. And the name of the company is called Humongous Entertainment. Humongous Entertainment was it currently is a company that was founded on October 30th of 1992. It was formed in 1992 by Shelley Day and Ron Gilbert. This company is very famous and very well known for its line of educational games that are basically meant for children. They have been in charge of the Freddy Fish, Pajama Sam, Spy Fox, and the Putt Putt games over the last 2 decades. And the franchises combined together have approximately sold 15 million copies and have earned more than 400 awards of excellence. This company is currently owned by another company called Tomo Incorporated. I want to talk some more about Humongous Entertainment before I go any farther. Humongous Entertainment, its headquarters are in Bothell, Washington. And over the course of time, Humongous Entertainment eventually went under and got acquired by some other companies. Atari was one of those, but they went under due to the stock tech crash in 2000 when Humongous Entertainment tried to be bought back. But unfortunately, funding got pulled and most of the founding employees already left. Approximately January 14th, or on January of 2014, I should say, the company got bought out by Tomo Incorporated, and they relaunched the website. And they basically acquired all of the licenses and everything that Humongous Entertainment had. The game I want to talk about that started this series of Putt Putt games. These games are basically point-and-click adventures. They are meant for children. They're obviously meant for ages of children, 3 to 8 years old. But these games have a very nostalgic value to me. Excuse me, and these games have been very near and dear to my heart, and they still are, even as time has progressed by. The game I want to talk about is Putt Putt Joins the Parade. This is the first Putt Putt game in the series that was released in 1992 for at the time known as the DOS operating system platform. Back in the 90s, computers were running an operating system called DOS that was developed and published by Microsoft. You didn't have the high-end computers that we have today, the high-end technology that we have today. Back then, you had computers that would run these kind of games, and back then they took a little bit more effort you had to type up a bunch of stuff, and they took a little bit more effort to get to work and function properly. I'll give you a closer look. The premise of this game is basically pretty simple. Putt Putt wants to join in a special parade event, but first, however, he needs a car wash, a pet, and a balloon. So Putt Putt drives around Car Town. He rescues and adopts a lost puppy. He names him Pep and earns money by mowing lawns to get what he needs to enter the parade. The game makes use of a simplified adventure system where a single click on a certain spot allows the player to pick up items, go to another location, talk to characters, and find trivial but fun stuff in the screen. Items are placed in Putt Putt's glove box, which can be used to solve puzzles. Also, aside that, Putt Putt's horn and accelerator can be used for most situations. Not all of them, but most. After the game's creation, Humongous Entertainment had intended to get Electronic Arts to distribute the product. However, it invoked a lawsuit from LucasArts over the ownership of the Scum game engine and disruption from the press release. The Scum virtual machine engine is basically a virtual machine that you can download for your Windows or your Mac or Linux platform. It's a freeware open source program that allows you to run these games by Humongous Entertainment and other games as well by LucasArts. Personally, I like the Scum VM program because it works. It is open source. I have not had any issues with it. I've been using it for probably around the last 3 to 4 years now, and I've really enjoyed the success and how well the program works and how well executed it really is. So Putt Putt Joins the Parade was the first of 7 adventure games in the Putt Putt series of the games developed and published by Humongous Entertainment. Now, upon this game's release, it has sold over 300,000 copies, meaning it's still very, very popular to this day. It is also these games are also on the game system known as the 3DO, and this also got released for the Mac and Windows platforms in 1995, and these games also got re-released on Steam over the course of the last 2 years. This was released on Steam and on Linux on April 17th of 2014. Putt Putt, the Putt Putt games were based on a story for Shelley Day and her son. These were bedtime stories that she would often tell her son for him to go to sleep. More history on that. Humongous Entertainment used a number of techniques and methods to accomplish their work on their games, concepts, graphics, musics, and interfaces. The studio did traditionally hand-drawn frames, scanned into a computer to ink, color, and then animate with their own software. Most 3D graphics, however, required the usage of Autodesk Maya. Over the course of time, we saw releases of the Putt Putt games, Fatty Bear, Freddy Fish, Pajama Sam, and Spy Fox, because these were obviously and they are still obviously very popular games to speedrun. In fact, there's a large community of people that speedrun these games, and the speedruns for these games, if you will, are technically nothing short of just very, very impressive. I have personally been impressed with the runs that I have watched. I used to speedrun one of them, and I used to have the world record for one of those said games, and that was Putt Putt Enters the Race. However, I currently do not have the world record for it anymore. However, I am in second place next to the world record holder. Now, why I find this game to be my favorite Putt Putt game of all time in the series is because it's the first game that was ever made and released to the public, and it tells the tale of how Putt Putt and Pep met, and how he rescued Pep, and how they got along and became friends over time. And the mechanics, the music, and everything, I've always just really, really enjoyed. Needless to say, the later games have great music and great tracks and stuff too, and I like their mechanics as well and how they work. But I've always been more drawn to this one because, it's the first game in the series, and the more time I spend playing the game, the more I really appreciate what Humongous Entertainment was going for, and just how nostalgic this game and the others have been, personally for me. And it still blows my mind even to this day that this game here is 25 years old, and I have been going over and over again in my mind that it's, I just cannot believe it's 25 years old now, and it just feels like a lifetime or two ago that these were made, and I was sitting on my butt and playing the games on the DOS computer that we had growing up. But 25 years have passed, and I just can't help but think, holy crap, it's just such a phenomenal difference what 20 to 25 years makes, and it just blows my mind still. Every time I celebrate a game anniversary or anything like that, I just get reminded of how much older I am, really. And I'm not even quite 27 yet in terms of real life age. So, but if you haven't played the games, I highly recommend them. They are a ton of fun. They are nostalgic to me. I stream them and play them literally every year on Twitch. Usually during around the Christmas, usually right after Christmas is usually when I play the games. Um, there are several other side games that were obviously made and published by Humongous Entertainment, but however, in the main series of games, there's literally only seven other Putt Putt games made, but that's not counting the side stuff either. So I have literally every Putt Putt game, not counting the mobile phone game, currently, and I currently have physical copies of. And you wouldn't believe how difficult they are to find. You know, if you're out and about or you're looking for them on eBay or anything like that, they are very difficult to find, especially when you try to find them in pristine condition. It's just even harder to do so. But if you can't find the physical copies, again, that's okay. You can buy the downloads off Amazon, or you can get them through Steam. It's just a matter of choice. I would prefer to go. I like the physical. I like this because this is a physical copy, and I like physical copies of games like this. But I think in the very near future, we're gonna see more. We're gonna see more downloadable games and content and things like that. So, and it's, really, to me, I'm not really a big fan of digital content at all. I don't mind some of it, but I mean, again, I'd rather have a physical copy of whatever I need for software or Windows or whatever like that. So I will plan on doing a stream of this game live on Twitch. I'm thinking probably around here in a couple of probably on the 1st of January, if not the 2nd, sometime after New Year's for sure. If not on New Year's Day, then probably on the day after New Year's Day for sure. So I'll show this to you one more time. I thought I would take a look back at this game and just talk about why I love this game and its series and the company in general. And I thought I would give this a really good look back on how old this game is and just celebrating 25 great years of Humongous Entertainment and their games. Humongous Entertainment, I don't know if you'll ever watch this video or see this or my tweets on Twitter, but from the bottom of my heart, thank you for 25 great years. Thank you for making such phenomenal, amazing, and nostalgic educational games that really made an impact on me and influenced many other fans out there and not just myself. So again, thank you, Humongous Entertainment. Thank you, Tomo, for relaunching the brand and keeping the name. Again, thank you for 25 great years, and here's to another 25 more great years down the road.